Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today, we're talking Sex and the City movie. We are on the first movie. So this is the fourth part. We left off with Carrie and Big in bed reading love letters from great men. That was the title of the book. And so let's pick up from there. This is the part with the montage. And remember where they try on outfits in the closet? And we see Lily here too. This is before we hated Lily. But first, check out my merch. Link below. I got Midnight Toast, Justice for Steve. It's a load of pants. Or find me on Patreon. It's patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. So we pick up, of course, they were looking at the love letters. She was thinking about her vows to Big. Now she has to return the library book, of course, with the love letters. And this is when we get to see, it just clicks. Oh, maybe this is the venue where she should have her wedding. And I got to say, that building is gorgeous. She thinks it's perfect. Obviously, we know what's coming there. You guys, in the depressing world, we got Magda, Steve, Brady, and Miranda. Miranda's sporting this. Steve tries to tell her about it. She's mad. She says he's always criticizing her. It's so hard to like Miranda. I've never been a big fan, but it's really hard to like her since And Just Like That. It really is. I'm not going to lie. I'm trying. It's hard. Now, what Steve does coming up, well, it's just awful, but we'll talk about that when we get there. But he makes her laugh because he has foam on his lip. That we see them afterwards having sex, and, well, she has to ruin it. She's saying, basically, can we just get this over with? He's trying to switch positions. She doesn't want to do that because it's going to take more time. She's telling him, listen, we got to get up in 4.5 hours. He's saying we never have sex and you just want to get it over with. So at lunch with the girls, Miranda, Samantha, Charlotte, Carrie, and of course Lily is there. Sorry, guys, this actress is such a cutie, and I loved her in the movie, but I hate Lily so much from And Just Like That, it makes it hard to watch. I don't usually hate kids, but, Okay, how often are you guys coloring? They start calling coloring, so that way Lily won't catch on what they're talking about. Sam says she can't color enough. She'd use every crayon in her box. Go Samantha. Charlotte is saying she and Harry do it 3 times a week. Carrie will not answer because for whatever reason, even though Carrie writes a sex column, she can't talk about sex. It's so stupid. I never understand that plot line. Miranda says it's been 6 months. So here's what I'll say about this. I absolutely hated that they tried to justify Steve's cheating through them not having sex, right? I thought that was wrong. I hate Miranda, but I stood up for her at the time because that's wrong. That's not justification. So I will say the same thing to And Just Like That. That is not justification for what Miranda did. She blamed their lack of sex on that too. She kept whining about the desserts ritual and all this stuff, and it was so stupid. And you know what? Again, these writers hit their heads and forgot that they've already written this plot before. Okay, so much going on. We see heat between Carrie and John. Yes, she calls Big John. But then we go to Sam. So, Smith. Hi, Smith. Very hot. I forgot what I was going to say. No, he's just so good to look at. He gives Samantha the ring. I love that he was the secret bidder on the diamond ring. And she says she loves it, especially because it doesn't mean anything. I mean, as far as it's not the diamond ring, it's just a diamond ring. So she's very happy about that. And they kind of kiss. She tries to do things with him. He says he has to be at studio very early in the morning. So she has to just simmer down, basically. So she gets in the hot tub. She watches The Hot Neighbor. And that's how she passes her evening. And who could blame her? That neighbor, whew. So unfortunately, I cannot show you any pictures from here. Believe me, I wish I could, but it involves pushing his girlfriend, or whoever that girl is, up against the glass. Samantha enjoys the view while Smith is sound asleep. I don't know. I think I'd still have to climb in bed with Smith. That's just me. So from here, we see Big taking Carrie to their new apartment. So he promised her he would fix the closet, and boy, did he ever. So he takes her into the apartment, and there's double doors. Ta-da! We open to reveal this. You guys, what a closet. I love it. I personally would like an island right in the middle. I've already designed my dream closet similar to this, maybe a little wider and have an island in the middle. I'll Lisa Vanderpump, if you ever watch any of her stuff, but she has a huge island in the middle where she puts all her jewelry and sunglasses. I love that. Okay, moving on. Yeah, so here's the redone closet. This is what Big promised to do for her. She is carrying her purse, but she also has a pair of Manolo Blahniks, of course, a brand new pair, blue ones that end up going in the closet. So when she puts them on the shelf right there, then she says, now I believe this is all really happening. So from here, we find out that Carrie's apartment sold so fast. So Charlotte and Miranda and Lily, Lily, I never say that about kids. Lily are there to help Carrie kind of get packed up and ready to move into her new place. So we find out the apartment sold so fast, and there's a buzzer. It's the food that's arriving. And Miranda opens the door. Surprise! It's Samantha. So I love that. I love that she's there. Everybody's so excited to see her. This is the face Charlotte was making when she could still move her face. But they decide to come up with a system. Take, toss, go to storage. So this is where we get... Well, first of all, Sam brought 2 bottles of champagne. I love Samantha. That sounds fun to me. We get a montage, as we need, right? A fashion montage. So Carrie is modeling some of her 80s looks while they play Walk This Way. So they each hold up signs, take, toss, go to storage, but they're just holding up take and toss. So Carrie's being over the top, as she is. She's modeling. She's crawling on the floor, being silly. Everybody's voting whether she should take or toss these looks. Funny enough, this one, Charlotte votes to take. Everybody else votes to toss. Then after the green ruched number where she does this, we see she wears the famous tutu, the tutu from the opening scene. So they all vote take for that. From here, we see Miranda gets on the action. She's dancing around. She's wearing sparkles. She's wearing this weird cheetah print. And we see Charlotte get in on the action. She's wearing whatever this is. You know, I do love this scene. It's silly. The girls are dancing around. They're laughing. It's kind of a fun, foursome moment that, you know, I missed from And Just Like That. So we see whatever this is that Charlotte's wearing. Samantha looking stunning as always. Look at her legs. I'm so jealous. Coming out of the bathroom in this during the montage. From here, we have Lily wearing purses, and everybody's screaming and giggling, and it's so cute. And this is the part And Just Like This that I missed, having the foursome all together. So we have a voiceover come on that says it took 4 friends 3 days to put 20 years into boxes. We get Carrie with one last longing look. I gotta say, Carrie looks really good here. I like the makeup. I like the color on her. She looks great. Then, you guys, we go over to Miranda and Steve's. Miranda's trying to go over a family schedule with him, and he's looking, well, like this. What's the matter? We find out he's had sex with somebody else. It was a one-time thing. He says it didn't mean anything. We hadn't had sex in a long time. So here's what I'll say, like I said before. I hated that they justify him cheating because they're going through whatever patch they're going through. I hated that they justify her cheating because they were going through whatever patch they were going through, and just like that. We were supposed to see Steve as the asshole, which he was here. But we're not supposed to see Miranda as the asshole, and just like that. I don't understand these writers at all. Just further proof that it makes 0 sense. Sam even brings up here, I love Samantha, she says, are you sure you want to end this? It was one time, it was just a slip. Miranda says, even if I could get my mind around that justification, it's the cheating, the behind my back. It's that part of the violation of the trust. That's what's killing me. And to that I say, screw you, And Just Like That, writers, because that's exactly... You actually had Miranda do a lot worse if we're going to weigh this thing out. Yes, it's awful what Steve did, but he cheated one time with somebody who it meant nothing with. Miranda was having a full-blown relationship with Che before she even decided to talk to Steve about it. So you tell me which one's worse. I know which one I believe is worse. You tell me. So that's where I'm going to end this, because the writers suck and I'm fired up and I want to have fun with this movie, but I just had to point out this scene and the hypocrisy here. We'll pick up the fun stuff next. We go more into Carrie and Big's rehearsal dinner, and then we get into what goes down at the wedding. I'm so excited for that episode. We'll go a little longer so that way this thing doesn't become 100 episodes, but I am so into this breakdown. I'm enjoying talking about these movies. I'm enjoying watching the scenes again, and I'm enjoying when the four of them used to be together. Thank you guys for everything. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, check out Patreon, because we're still having a great time over there posting original Sex and the City series. I've got all kinds of fun stuff going up I'm very excited about. And then check out my merch. We still have Justice for Steve, Midnight Toast, which is still very much a thing, because Midnight Toast podcast, you know what? It's all a load of pants. That's what I say about this rating in this episode. It's all a load of pants. Thank you guys for everything. Have a fantastic week. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.